This handful of how-to videos for HX Stomp will be around 10 minutes total, and if you watch all of them, you'll be an expert in no time. Ready? Here we go. Connecting HX Stomp is about as easy as any other stomp box. Connect your guitar or any other mono pedals to the left mono input here, and the left mono output to additional pedals or directly to your amp. If you have stereo pedals, or 2 amps after HX Stomp, use both left and right outputs. By default, the ins and outs are set for guitars, basses, and amps, but if you're connecting keyboards, synths, drum machines, or powered speakers like Power Cab, you'll want to switch these to line level. This can be done from the global settings. HX Stomp has a stereo effects loop on the side here. Use this to insert your favorite stomps or to connect an amp in 4-cable method. Headphones can be connected here on the left next to the MIDI jacks. For the most part, the upper knob and buttons control what's on the top half of the screen, and the lower knob and buttons control what's on the bottom half. There are 2 primary home views, play and edit. If you ever get lost, press home and HX Stomp exits all the way out to one of these 2 main views. Play view is for live performance or jamming. Turn the upper knob to scroll through presets. HX Stomp has 126 of them, and each one can run up to 6 simultaneous effect, amp, cab, impulse response, or looper blocks. Because HX Stomp can be used in many different ways, you might want to start with a factory preset setup for your particular use case. For example, if you want to use HX Stomp to replace pedals on your board, look for presets starting with effects. If you want HX Stomp to be the effects and amp and cab, look for presets starting with DIR for direct. If you're connecting HX Stomp to a real amp via 4-cable method, look for presets starting with 4CM. And note that unless you've hooked up everything correctly for 4-cable method, you won't hear anything. We also have presets starting with BAS for bass, and even a few presets for acoustic guitars and keyboards. Press the page buttons to cycle through foot switch modes on the fly. Stomp mode has 2 switches that can be assigned to turn 1 or more blocks on or off, as well as a tap tuner switch. Scroll mode scrolls through presets, or if you hold these 2 switches together, snapshots, and has a tap tuner switch. Preset mode selects presets within the current bank. Press foot switches 1 and 2 to bank down, and foot switches 2 and 3 to bank up. Then select the preset within that bank. Snapshot mode selects snapshots within the current preset and still lets you select different presets if you bank up or bank down. For information on snapshots, watch the controller assign in snapshots video. Note that you can swap out the tap tuner switch for an additional stomp, and you can connect 2 additional momentary switches to the back, so there's quite a bit of flexibility here. Press home again to see edit view. From stomp foot switch mode, touch foot switch 1 or 2 to jump to its assigned blocks, and its parameters appear along the bottom of the screen. On switch 2 here, you'll see that more than 1 block has been assigned, reverb and delay. You can also turn the upper knob to manually select a block. Press the upper knob to turn individual blocks on and off. So here, foot switch 2 turns both the green delay and dark orange reverb on and off, but if we manually bypass one of them, pressing the switch will now toggle between the 2. See? Delay is on. Now the reverb's on. To bypass HX Stomp completely, press the upper and lower knobs together. HX Stomp has either true relay bypass or DSP bypass with delay and reverb trails, and this can be set in the global settings. We can also quickly reorder blocks. If we want the reverb after the delay, select the reverb block and press Action to pick it up. Turn the upper knob to move it, and note that while a block is picked up, you can turn knob 1 to move it to parallel path B, then press Action again to drop it. Turn knobs 1, 2, and 3 to adjust the selected block. To view more parameters, press the page buttons. To change the effect or amp model, turn the lower knob. So the factory presets might be okay for messing around, but you'll really want to create your own presets from scratch. Let's find a new empty preset, and then press Home to return to Edit View. To add a new block, just turn the lower knob. Now there are hundreds of items to scroll through, so it may be easier to open the model list. Press the lower knob and find the type of effect you want. Say we want a distortion, we want the mono version, select the model, and there it is. To save a preset, press both Home and Action. From here you can name this preset with the upper knob and knob 2, and choose a different preset location for it with the lower knob. When finished, press Save. You can also quickly save changes to a preset by pressing Home and Action twice. That's it. That's 80% of what most people will likely do with HX Stomp. So at this point, jump in and start playing. There's still more to discuss though, so check out more videos at the links below.